Hello and welcome to Somerset Library's August Chatterbooks book group for kids. And this book group is all about things silly, and it's silly limericks, which I'll explain a bit more about in a moment, and it's about silly poems, nonsense verse. And the reason we're looking at things that are written and silly is because this year the Summer Reading Challenge is all about the Silly Squad. And if you want to join in the challenge, you can sign up online. You can just go to Silly Squad. You'll need a grown-up to help you. It's all free. You just need your library card. So, what makes things funny? Have you ever, maybe you and your friends, got the giggles really badly? And when somebody says to you, "Hey, what are you laughing at?" It's really difficult to explain. It's very hard sometimes to say why you find something funny. Other times it's really easy. Let me give you an example. When I was at school, which admittedly was a very long time ago now, we had a very strict teacher. She was properly scary. Everybody was frightened of her. And one day, it was nearly break time. And we hadn't been that good, I don't think. And she was just getting up from behind her desk to tell one of the boys off, and her skirt fell down. And the whole class laughed. And then the whole class tried to stop. She wasn't happy. But that was funny, and everybody laughed. Now, what makes things funny when they're written down? Well, funny verses, funny limericks, funny poems, it's the pictures that the words make you see in your head. And sometimes it's the sounds of the words themselves. Let me give you an example. So this is a funny, really short little poem by someone called Spike Milligan. A lion is fierce. His teeth can pierce the skin of a postman's knee. It serves him right that because of his bite, he gets no letters, you see. So that one works because, well, first of all, it's a lion living in a house that's biting postmen. All of those things are mad, but you put them all together and you get a very funny verse. Here's another one by Spike Milligan. And this is called On the Ning Nang Nong. On the Ning Nang Nong, where the cows go bong, and the monkeys all say boo, there's a nong nang ning, where the trees go bing, and the teapots jibber jabber too. On the nong ning nang, all the mice go clang, and you just can't catch 'em when they do. So it's ning nang nong, the cows go bong, ning nang nong, the trees go bing, the mice go clang. What a noisy place to belong. It's the ning nang nong. Absolute nonsense. But I bet as I read it, you had ideas maybe about jungles or trees. You could maybe see mice that go clang. I mean, why do they go clang? What makes a mouse clang? And that's what nonsense is all about, making things up, maybe putting things together in a way that's different or unusual or that you wouldn't expect. Now, they're not so popular now, but back in Victorian times, people were very fond of limericks. Now, a limerick is really short. It's only got a few lines, but there's rules about how you make them rhyme. And I need to read these out because I can't remember them. So all limericks follow the same pattern. The first, second, and fifth lines all have the same rhythm and rhyme. The third and fourth lines rhyme with each other too. Now, limericks are quite good fun to make up because they can be as daft as you like. And in Victorian times, there was a man called Edward Leah, and he was very famous for writing and making up limericks. And quite a lot of his limericks were about an old man. So if you'll wait just one moment, here's Edward Leah's limerick about an old man. There was an old man with a beard who said, "Oh, it's just as I feared. 2 owls and a hen, 4 larks and a wren have all built their nests in my beard." And this very beautiful drawing is done by someone I work with who also works for Somerset Libraries, and her name is Karen. So how silly is that? A man with a beard, some beards are quite silly on their own, aren't they? But a man with a beard full of birds. Now you might quite like to have a go at writing a limerick about a man with a beard too, or a woman with a beard, or an elephant with a beard, or a monkey with a beard, or it could be anything with a beard really. And here's an idea for making your own beard. So you just need to draw a beard shape. It's quite easy. This is one that we've drawn, but it could be any sort of beard. Make it quite big because you can get more stuck on it. And then you'll need any odd bits and things you can find around the house and some glue. So you can see I've made a start on this one, and it's got some tissue paper on it and some netting, but you could add all sorts of things in. If you've got them, you could add some feathers in maybe, or you could find some bits of wool or string and you could glue those on and wind them round. Very easy to make your own beard. Shall we hear that limerick one more time? There was an old man with a beard who said, "Oh, it's just as I feared. 2 owls and a hen, 4 larks and a wren have all built their nests in my beard." If you do decide to make your own beard and make up a limerick about what's in the beard, it would be brilliant if you could send them in. So you can send them to the library that I work at, which is frolib@somerset.gov.uk, or you can put them on Twitter, or get your parents to actually probably, at Somerset Libraries, or you can post on the Somerset Library Facebook page. Again, you probably need your parents to do it, but we'd love to see any beards that you make and any limericks that you write to go with them. So while we're talking about limericks, let's hear a few more. So these are some of my favourites. There once was a farmer from Leeds who swallowed a packet of seeds. It soon came to pass he was covered with grass, but he had all the tomatoes he needs. And then this next one is written by Vicky, who also works for Somerset Libraries. There was a musician called Lynn, who played on a huge violin. But during a break, she made a mistake and ended up face down in a bin. What a creature of charm is a gerbil. Its diet is exclusively herbal. It grazes all day on bunches of hay, passing gas with an elegant burble. So you see, limericks can be as silly as you want, and they can be as funny as you want. Now, in Victorian times, they also used limericks to teach children things, and Victorians were very strict. And sometimes their limericks, or their nonsense verse, well, it was a bit scary. Algae met a bear. The bear met algae. The bear grew bulgy. The bulge was algae. So that one is all about what happened when, well, let's face it, algae got eaten by a bear. And it's one of those ones that Victorian parents or Victorian schoolmasters would tell the children to stop them wandering off from their adults when they were out. Should we hear it again? It's a really easy one, this one. Algae met a bear. The bear met algae. The bear grew bulgy. The bulge was algae. Okay then. I thought to finish, it might be really nice to hear a few nonsense poems. And lots of different authors write nonsense poems, but some of the best are written by Michael Rosen. And you might have read books by Michael Rosen. He writes lots of different things. And I'm going to read a few out from his book, Even My Ears Are Smiling. And this book is published by Bloomsbury Press, and they've very kindly agreed to let us read from the book. So, let's do the first one. Attacked by a banana. My dad was attacked by a banana. Yes, My dad was attacked by a banana, but I should say he attacked the banana first. He grabbed it, peeled it, and munched it up in a moment. Chomp, chomp. Gone. But the banana fought back. Down in his belly, it grew horns and spines. It charged at the walls, holding it in. It reared and romped, rampaged and rollicked. My dad was being attacked by a banana. He groaned and wailed. He waved his arm in the air. He lay down on the floor. He pleaded for my mum to help him. "Help, Connie, help! I'm being attacked by a banana." "That's funny," she said. "Bananas don't usually do that." But then we said, "Dad grabbed it, peeled it and munched it up in a moment. Chomp, chomp, gone." "Ah, well," she said, "what do you expect? If you attack a banana will attack you back. If you attack a banana will attack you back." Have you seen The Hide Behind? I don't think you will, mind you, because as you're running through the dark, the hide behind's behind you. Have you seen The Hide Behind? I don't think you will, mind you, because every time you look for it, the hide behind is behind you. A cow is a beautiful bird. I've often heard it howl. Owls are beautiful too. I've often heard them growl. An orange is a curious man. I've often seen him frown. A lemon is a kind of bee. It's often coloured brown. Down behind the dustbin, I met a dog called Nicola. She looked a bit like a pickled onion, so I thought I would pickle her. I promise that this is true. You know that I'm not lying, but in the library down the road, all the books are flying. Round the room they fly, looking for a place to land. Think of the book you love, and it will land in your hand. Down behind the dustbin, I met a dog called Sophie. She had won the FA Cup and was carrying the trophy. So that is some of Michael Rosen's nonsense verse. I think that's about it for today, except that maybe the challenge for you is to see if you can write your own nonsense verse or your own limerick. You might like to do a drawing to go with it, or you might like to have a go at making a beard, like the beard man. Do you remember from Edward Leah, who has all those birds living in his beard? So here's some lines to get you started. So you can use these to help you write your limerick or your poem, or you can make it all up from scratch. You could dress up and act it out. You could wear silly noses and daft hats. You could get your grown-up to do a video for you, or you could just read it at home to yourself. So here you go. Here's some first lines. There was a young lady of Penrose who had many additional toes. On Monday, it was very wet. On Tuesday, the sun just wouldn't set. Okay, and the third set of lines to get you started. Dennis was a ginger dog, very small and yappy. So, if you'd like to do some drawings or you'd like to make up some limericks and you'd like to share them, please do. Please go to Somerset Libraries on Facebook page and you can put up your pictures and your poems on there, or you can do it on Twitter. You'll need to get your grown-ups to help you do it, but we would very much like to see what you come up with. And if you haven't signed up already for the Silly Squad, you can go online to Silly Squad, and you need your library card and a grown-up to help you. And there's lots to do on there. There's lots of activities and ideas and general silliness, really. And we'd love to see you back at the library. So we're starting to open up. Lots of libraries are still closed, but they're going to be open soon. And you can borrow books that you can use for your summer reading challenge. So we hope you've enjoyed today. We very much look forward to seeing what you come up with. and we'll see you soon. Bye.